Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing about a very important chapter of the class 10 under the CBSE board, that is the periodic classification of elements. You know, there are 115 elements known at present, and it is very difficult to study the properties of all these elements separately. So all the elements have been divided into a few groups in such a way that elements in the same group have similar properties. In this way, the study of large number of elements is reduced to the study of few groups of elements. This is the reason for the periodic classification of elements. We will now describe the various attempts which have been made to classify the elements from time to time. And finally, we will discuss the modern classification of elements. See, let us study with the earlier classification, that is known as the Dobereiner triads. In earlier attempt, the elements were classified on the basis of their properties. All the elements having similar properties are put in a group called a family. In the year 1829, a German chemist, Dobereiner, observed that the certain elements have similar properties and that he could put them together in groups of 3 elements each. And these groups of 3 elements were called triads. And all 3 elements of a particular triad had similar chemical properties. In fact, the Dobereiner was the first scientist to show the relationship between the properties of elements and their atomic masses. According to Dobereiner law of triads, when elements are arranged in order of increasing atomic masses, groups of 3 elements having similar chemical properties are obtained. The atomic mass of the middle element of the triad being equal to the arithmetic mean of the atomic mass of the other 2 elements. Let us take an example of the triad. See, this is here it's given the triad 1. This triad means the group of 3 elements. This triad was made up of the alkali metal, lithium, sodium and potassium. See here, in this triad, the lithium, sodium and potassium, these are arranged in order of their increasing atomic masses. 6.94 almost 7, sodium 22.99 means almost 23, and 39.1 means almost 40. And if you 39.1 means almost 39, and if you do the arithmetic mean, then you will be observing that the middle element atomic mass is the arithmetic mean of the first and last elements. Now see, then what are the chemical properties are similar here? You know that the lithium forms monopositive ion like the Li plus, and also sodium forms the monopositive ion Na plus, and then potassium also form the monopositive ion K plus. That means they have the valency 1, that is similar. Again see, therefore all ionic chloride, lithium chloride, NaCl, these are all ionic chloride. That means they have the similar in chemical properties. And in these triads, the lithium means the arrangement was done from the lithium to potassium in order of their increasing atomic masses. And also see, the arithmetic mean of the middle element atomic mass is the arithmetic mean of the first and last elements. And this is the triad number 1 he has found. And in triad 2, as mentioned earlier, calcium, barium, strontium also form another one of the Dobereiner triad. The mean of the masses of barium and calcium corresponds to 88.7, means almost similar to that of the strontium. Here calcium, barium, strontium, this forms a triad, and calcium, barium, strontium also see they have a similar chemical properties and they fall in a same group. Now, third triad he has found, that is among the halogens, chlorine, bromine and iodine. He arranged the elements in the triad from chlorine to bromine to iodine. This atomic mass is 35.4, 79.9, 126.9, etc. And if you do the arithmetic mean, then almost it will be coming around 80, which is the almost atomic mass of the bromine. And also see, in these triads also, the three elements having their similar chemical properties. Chlorine, bromine and iodine have similar chemical properties. So in this way, the Dobereiner find out three triads, and three triads means group of three elements, and each the elements consist of a particular triad have the similar chemical property. That means, see, if you remember the properties of any particular triad, that means you are remembering the properties of the three elements belong to the same triad. Now, then what is the limitation of Dobereiner triad? Obviously, Dobereiner triad have a limitation. The limitation of the Dobereiner classification was that it failed to arrange all the then known elements in the form of triads of elements having similar chemical properties. Dobereiner could identify only three triads from the elements known at that time. So his classification of element was not much successful, but it gave an important relationship. Although it has a limitation, but it gave an important relationship, that there must be a relationship between the increasing order of the atomic mass and the similarity in chemical properties. See, in his triad, he arranged all the elements in order of increasing atomic masses, and he found that the similarity in chemical property element comes in a same group. That means, obviously, there is a relationship between the increasing order of the atomic masses with the with their chemical properties. Now, next we have to know, after limitation of Dobereiner triads, Newland's law of octave. In 1864, Newland arranged the then known elements in the order of increasing atomic masses and found that the properties of 8 elements are similar to that of the properties of the first elements. Based on this observation, Newland gave his law of octave for classification of elements. According to the Newland's law of octave, the main statement said that when elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic masses, the properties of 8th element starting from a given element are a repetition of the properties of the first elements. So let us look at this picture here. If we start from lithium, this is the first element, then count after lithium: beryllium, second, boron 3, carbon 4, nitrogen 5, oxygen 6, and fluorine 7, sodium 8. That means lithium and sodium will have their similar chemical properties. Once again, I am just telling the statement here. When elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic masses, the properties of 8th element starting from a given element are a repetition of the properties of the first element. That means if we start from lithium, lithium is the first element, then sodium is the second element. That means lithium and sodium will be in a same group. Again, see, beryllium if we start, and magnesium is the 8th element. Beryllium and magnesium will be similar chemical properties, and they will be fall in a same group. And in this way, he has arranged his arranged the element that is known as the Newland's law of octave. But Newland's law of octave could classify elements only up to calcium in this way. As more and more new elements were discovered, they could not be fitted into the octave. Newland's classification of elements based on his law of octaves, however, gave a very important conclusion that there is some systematic relationship between the order of atomic masses and the repetition of properties of elements. Newland's law of octaves for classification of elements had some limitation. What are the limitation? Means actually this classification valids only up to calcium. First limitation. Second limitation, Newland assumed that only 56 elements existed in nature and no more elements would be discovered in the future. But later on, several elements were discovered whose properties did not fit into Newland's law of octave. And again, see, third limitation is that the Newland's, in order to fit elements into his table, Newland put even 2 elements together in a same slot, and that 2 in the column of unlike elements having very different properties. But at that time there was no noble gases. Then when noble gases was discovered, then the repetition of the element was not the 8th element. It became the 9th element. These are all the limitations of the Newland's law of octave. So we have discussed about the limitation of Newland's law of octave. Now we'll be in the next video we'll be discussing about the development of Mendeleev periodic table, and then we'll be moving to the modern periodic table. And in this video we have discussed only two important topics, Dobereiner triad and the Newland's law of octaves. And please, if you have any problem or any queries, let me know. You can write it in the comment box of this video, as well as you can send me a WhatsApp message, as well as or you can personally contact with me. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe my channel. That's all. Thank you.